Hey everyone, Newbie here. I'm super excited to dive into this with you all. Brace yourselves, this is my first post ever. I've been lurking for a while, but this story was just too wild to keep to myself. I'm a huge fan of crime series. The suspense, the drama, the aha moments, they always get me hooked. You know that feeling when you're on the edge of your seat, waiting for the next twist? Recently, I stumbled upon this crazy story on Reddit and I just had to share it. It was like nothing I'd ever read before. This wasn't your typical episode of Law & Order. It was so much more intense and unpredictable. This was real people, raw emotions, and a plot twist that left me speechless. I couldn't believe what I was reading. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it all, so I thought I'd throw it out there and hear your thoughts. Maybe together we can make sense of this mind-boggling story. It all started with a missing child case. A 6-year-old boy, gone without a trace. The parents were distraught, the community was in shock, and the police were baffled. The story unfolded through a series of posts, each one revealing a new clue, a new suspect, a new dead end. I found myself glued to the screen, devouring every detail. I analyzed the evidence, scrutinized the suspects, and tried to piece together the puzzle. Little did I know, the truth was far more sinister than I could have ever imagined. As the investigation progressed, a disturbing picture of the family began to emerge. The parents, once the epitome of a loving couple, were now locked in a bitter custody battle. Their conflicting parenting styles and their inability to see eye to eye on their child's upbringing were no secret. The mother, a free-spirited artist, believed in nurturing her child's creativity and independence. The father, a successful businessman, was a firm believer in discipline and structure. Their differences were palpable, creating a rift that seemed impossible to bridge. Section 4. The father's desperate act. And then came the twist that no one saw coming. The father, driven by his fear of losing his son to what he perceived as his wife's unconventional ways, orchestrated the entire kidnapping. His mind was clouded with paranoia and desperation. He had hired someone to take his own son, planning to find him later and appear as the hero. The plan was meticulously crafted, every detail thought out. His motive? To paint the mother as an unfit parent and gain sole custody. He believed this was the only way to protect his son from what he saw as a harmful environment. The revelation hit me like a ton of bricks. The lengths he went to, the deceit, it was all too much to process. I couldn't believe what I was reading. The story unfolded like a nightmare, each detail more horrifying than the last. The sheer audacity of it all, the manipulation, the betrayal of his own child's trust, it was appalling. The father's actions left a scar that would take years to heal, if ever. Section 5. A twist that left me cold. While everyone else on the thread was praising the plot's ingenuity, I couldn't shake off a feeling of unease. The twist was undeniably clever, a masterstroke of storytelling that caught everyone off guard. Sure, it was a clever twist, but at what cost? A child's safety, a family's love, and the very essence of trust, all sacrificed for a custody battle? The emotional toll on everyone involved was immense. I just couldn't get past the moral implications of it all. The story left me questioning the very nature of right and wrong. Am I being too sensitive here? Was my reaction unjustified? Or was there a deeper message that I missed? I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this. How did you interpret the twist? Was the father's desperate act a stroke of genius or a despicable act of selfishness? Did it serve a greater good or just his own interests? Let me know what you think. Your perspective might help me see things in a new light.